We have just finished the show Love, Chuunibyou, and Other Delusions, also known as Chuunibyou de Koi ga Shitai. So instead of just doing one season and two seasons, we finished both in the same sitting, and we're going to analyze them both together and kind of see the show as a whole. Now, I can already tell you, I recommend this show. It is a kind of like an action romance, but it has a great twist on how they do the action. If you haven't seen this show already, the show is kind of about this group of people. It's kind of like Chuunibyou, however you say it. It's kind of like a name you give people that pretty much role play in everyday life. Even from the name, like Other Delusions, like come on, like these guys are like kind of delusional in a bit, but it's a fun way they do it. One character kind of re-accepting that life that he just came from and getting back into the Chuunibyou lifestyle, and the girl he's kind of dating is already like really deep into it, and it's them kind of accepting it and battling their differences, I guess. I don't really think it's like 100% their differences, more like how they are struggling to adapt to these changing situations that they're not used to. How about that? But it's a good show. I recommend it. I liked it. 12 episodes each season, so that's 24 episodes total. 1 point in each season, 2 points total, that I can narrow down and be like, that is a good moment in the season. This is my highlight. This made the show. And I believe on each season it was episode 8, if not around episode 8. A lot kind of changed for the better. Like there's just a lot going on. I kind of don't want to spoil anything if y'all haven't seen already. It's a great show for how they play everything out. Rika's character, I think she's funny, she's cute, she's all that shit, and how she kind of interacts with Yuta is great because he's more of that straight edge, not straight edge, but he came from that lifestyle. He wanted to drop it. That was his past self. But now because Rika's here, he's like getting back into it on his own free will, but she's like progressing it a lot. Like she's going for it. She wants him to be this person again. It's funny how she just kind of gets him doing all this stuff for her. Yuta's a funny type of character because he really likes Rika, doesn't really know how to handle any of these situations though, so he just kind of wings it in the way he thinks is best for the party. He's kind of always, I guess, fighting to keep Rika happy, and yet she's kind of doing the same for him. It's kind of an odd situation they're in, but what makes it is the delusion part, the Chuunibyou part. That's what makes it. It's not like just bland dialogue between them. Because of this personality set they're both in and came from, it just makes it a little more interesting to listen to. But aside from that, kind of stepping away from the romance part, the action, it's great. It's phenomenal. I love thinking about how people see this going on in everyday life, because since they're role playing, we as a viewer see the action as they see it themselves, which is like this grand scheme, like huge ass weapons, magical beams and shit. But to the everyday passerby, these people just have like Heelys in, are just sliding around, and just have like, they're just being stupid, you know? Like, I think the first interaction with Rika is they're standing at the subway, and she looks at the subway door and goes, boom, and they open automatically. That was just good timing, you know? But not even that, guys. It's just the grand battles they have. These people are just being, like, they're just having fun. I don't know. It's just fun to imagine what your average person would think of these kids just playing around. I mean, they're in like high school, so they're like old enough to be like, this is probably a little different, but again, it's the personality, it's the Chuunibyou. So, and because of the romance and that kind of the action kind of aspect of this show, I gotta recommend it. I gave them both seasons an 8, so that's a very good amount, and it's got a 7.92 rating on Mount. If that goes into any y'all's, if that helps waver you to watching that, go for it. There wasn't a ton of things I really want to comment about. I just think the whole plot of the show was a grand idea. I like it. I've never seen really a romance like this. It was a good change of pace for a romance. Damn, it was just a good break, I guess. It was a good break. One thing about the show I thought was pretty decent was the sound, the music and all that stuff. I really enjoyed it. It was just that subtle moments when you realize, wow, this music, perfect. But I don't think it was as grand as some other shows I've already mentioned that have great sound design. But I think this was a good part of the show. One thing that kind of, I guess, set me, I won't say a bad mood, but it was just I don't think it works too well with the show, but it was every time they close up on Rika's lips and they did the glossy shit with the art style. I wasn't a big fan of that. I guess I can see how it works, but personally I wasn't a big fan of it. They didn't do that much, so I mean it's not a big deal. To be honest, I wouldn't mind a 3rd season of this show. I thought it was good. The progression system. When we were getting to the end of the 2nd season, I was thinking, damn, I know how this is kind of gonna end, and I kind of don't want it to end like this. I'm very satisfied with how it ended, but I just want more. It's such a good show that I would be willing to sit down and watch a 3rd season. Now, I don't typically watch OVAs or any specials that go along with shows unless recommended. So if for any of you out there that have seen this show and some of the OVAs or specials or even movies, I don't even care, and you have one to recommend to me, please do. I will be willing to sit down and watch it. So kind of getting into characters, I would say Dekamori, she got on my nerves a little bit. It wasn't as bad as that little Shinigami from Twin Star Exorcist. She was a good annoying, that's who she was. That was the character. That was her. That was who she was role playing as, basically. Kumin Senpai was a little bland at times. I wish she really got into the Chuunibyou a little bit more. She did it. She had one episode where she was doing it, but not really. And she talked about how she liked it or whatever. But I wish she just took a whole nother episode, really diving into it. It kind of took me a while to get in the show. I've seen it. I've seen the GIF. Everyone's probably seen a little bit of this show, whether it be in a GIF form, picture, or something. It's a very popular show. I know that, and I can totally see why now. It's a goodie. If y'all haven't seen it, please go out there and watch it. Tell me what you think of it, and if you have already seen it, tell me if you agree with my analysis or disagree with it. Tell me what your thoughts of it are. And hey, you keep watching the animes, and I'll be right here next time. See you guys.